All right, so today we're going to go over point of view of the narrator. We went over yesterday that the characters is who? Who can tell me who the characters of a story is? Santiago. It could be what?
It could be the animals and the
So a person or an animal, right? So today we're gonna go over the narrator of a book, a story. If it's in first person, the story is you're gonna see the words I, we, and me. If it's in the third person, you're gonna see the words he, she, or they. Yes?
yes.
So if it's a story, if you're reading a story in the first person, the character is going to be in the story. If you're reading a story in the third person, the character is going to be outside of the story. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So can we take our reading books and open to page 16? Okay, so the story that we're going to read today, the title of the story is Zach Jumps In. Who can tell me what do you think the story is going to be about? Andrea,
The story is going to be about Jack jumping in the water.
you think the story is going to be about Jack jumping in the water? Okay, so let's look at the picture on the next page. What do you guys see? And looking at the title of the story, and looking at this picture, what can you tell me? Amy,
He's under the water.
you think he's under the water? Or he's going under the water? Yes? What do you see on his face that you think he's going under the water? Julie,
Goggles.
he has goggles. So when you go under the water, you need goggles? Yes? Okay. So we're going to start reading the story, and you have to pay close attention to, wrong one, sorry, to these words, okay? I, we, me, he, she, they. Follow along in your book, okay? Use your fingers. Jack jumps in. My big brother, Zach, is a unique guy. There is no one like Zach. Most people admire him because he's such a strong athlete. But I admire him because he worked really hard to become one. You see, Zach is an amazing swimmer. Not just a fast or strong swimmer, but a champion swimmer. His ability is especially unusual because Zach was once terrified of the water. What does the word terrified of the water mean? Penelope.
Terrified means that you're really scared.
So he's scared. He was scared of being on water, right? So looking at that, who do you think, whom is the story about? Peyton.
Zach.
You think the story is about Zach?
Yeah.
Yes. What can you tell me about Zach? Who can tell me? Tell me something about Zach. Julie.
He was a champion swimmer.
He was a champion swimmer. What else? Andrea.
He was a unique guy.
He's a unique guy. Okay, so those are a lot of characteristics about him. So looking and reading that first paragraph, do you think that Zach is the narrator of the story? What do we think? think that he's the narrator? Penelope.
Yes.
Yes? Let's look at the words. If he's the narrator, we're gonna see the words, these words. If he's, what do you think? Let's think it over. Do you think that Zach is the narrator of this story? Andrea.
No, because it says and he's the third person.
How is he the third person? So no, because?
No, because it says he's such a strong guy.
It says he's such a strong guy. So what words are we looking at that's telling us he's the third person?
He.
He. Good job. Can everybody underline the word he? So get your fingers ready. When Zach was 5, he fell into our neighbor's swimming pool. The water wasn't over his head. Still, he was really scared. Mom quickly pulled Zach out of the pool. He was fine, but after that day, he hated the water. What happened that he hated the water? Santiago. Julie, what happened that now he's scared of the water? And Amy. He fell in the pool and now he's scared, right? Then Zach went to the summer camp when he was 10. By that time, he loved sports. He was an excellent baseball and basketball player. He was very competitive and practiced a lot. That might be the main feature of Zach's personality. He always wanted to win. The one sport Zach couldn't win is in swimming. He was too afraid of the water to learn how. It made him mad that he was afraid. So Zach made a plan. He needed a little help from a counselor named Trip. Each week, Trip took Zach to the lake. Each day, Zach inched towards the water. One day, he finally put one toe. The next day, he put the whole foot. In a week, he had walked in up his knees. Then Zach did the bravest thing he had ever done. He jumped right in. So what happened during that week? Nicholas. He jumped in, right? What happened on the first day? He put his toe, and then the second day, Andrea?
He put the two toes.
He put his
Knee.
What happened on second days, Julie?
He put his whole toe.
His whole foot, right? First he put his toe. He's like, maybe I can do this. The second day he put his foot. But then the other after that week, what happened? Serena.
He went all the way to his knees.
He went all the way to his knees. Was he scared by now? No, he wasn't. Zach likes to show his individuality by doing things differently. No camper had ever gone from not knowing how to swim to being a camp champion. Zach did that. He practiced and practiced. By the end of the summer, he won the camp swim team. After that summer, Jack joined the swimming team at his school. He's been swimming for competitions ever since. Now Zach thinks there is nothing he can't do. He said his next challenge is to dive from the highest diving board. Oh, brother. He wants to do what? Dive from, yes, Serena.
The highest board.
Board. Do you think that is being brave? Yes? Alright. So he went from being what? Santiago.
He went to being scared to be brave.
That is super. What is the narrative's point of view about Zach? What do you think the story tells us about Zach? Santiago, you just kind of answered it. Yes, Julie.
He's scared and now he's like,
He was scared,
now he's not scared.
and now he's not scared. What's that word? Amy. He was scared, and now he's brave, right? Do you think Zach is someone to admire? Let's turn and talk to your friends and think about that. Do you think Zach is someone that you would admire? Would you like if he was your friend or maybe even your brother? Turn and talk to your friend. Would you say he would be a good friend? Would you want him to be your friend? Jonathan, do you think Zach would be a good friend? Yes? Buen amigo? Yes? Or no? What do you think? Why? He was a good swimmer? Okay. You need to hold your breath underwater?
No, I fall down the water and my dad grabbed me.
Oh yeah?
Having a pool, I would fell.
You went in a pool and you fell?
Yeah, and then my buddy got me. My foot. Got my foot second.
So let's raise our hands. Who knows? Would you think if, do you think Zach is someone to admire? Julie?
Yes.
Yes? Why? A teacher's voice.
Because he knows how to swim.
He knows how to swim. What else? That's it? Because he's a good swimmer? Yes.
Maybe because he's brave.
He was brave. Yes. What else? He's unique. Anything else?
That he won competitions.
He won competitions. What else? Yes.
That he's competitive.
He's competitive. Yes.
And also he's brave.
And he's brave. Yes. Yes.
And he's strong.
He's strong. So he went from being a boy that was scared of the water to being a boy that just jumped into the water. And he won many competitions. Okay, now I'm gonna pass out a worksheet and you guys are gonna finish this, but first we're gonna go over it, okay? Is this story first or third person point of view, and how can you tell? Remember, point of view, is it in first person? The words, I, we, me, he, she, they. Is the story that we just read first person or third person? We're gonna write it down. Who is the narrator? And which words from part 1 can help you identify the narrator? So again, we look at the words and tell us who is the narrator. What's the narrator's point of view about Zach? What is the story about? And you just write it down, okay? We're gonna pass these out and you're gonna have about 15 minutes to complete and then we turn them in, okay? There you go. I'm sorry?
Do we do it by
Yes, make sure you put your name up top and the date. What's today's date? It's right here, August. Yes. Yes, I may. Thank you. There you go. You're welcome. Sign your name, put your date on. And if you need help writing a word, you sound it out. Yes. Yes, right there on this space.